push till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Good morning, good morning. What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a great one here. As the market just opened a minute ago, let's have a great morning in the market ahead of these big earnings over the next couple trading days. Everybody's watching Hims this morning. Hims and Hers, one of the popular, well, I guess like sex pill companies. What would you even call that? What a bad description. Straight to jail for me today. Him's got a boner. Yeah. Yep. Hit that like button. Let's go, Spacey. I appreciate that. What's up? Good morning, everybody. I might get one too, Mason, if this stock goes up a lot more. Looking at HIMS in the short term, on the daily chart, it has been sitting down around key support, around $24 to $25. And with that news today, they really rocketed to the upside. You might be going, Tom, what was the news? Apparently, they're partnering with Novo Nordisk to bring Wegovy to people. This is a pretty big deal. I thought that they had already worked with Novo. I could have sworn that I already heard stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it looks like they're doing a collaboration with them to bring their Wegovy to, I guess, the Hims platform. It's pretty interesting. You sound sick, bro. You all right? Good morning, bro. Yeah. No, I'm pretty good. I feel pretty good today. I hope I don't sound sick. For some reason, I woke up tired, even though I went to bed early. Maybe that has something to do with it. I was playing some Oblivion last night at like 10 p.m. Let's go, though. HIMS. Best mover of the morning, in my opinion. Of course, now that the market opened, though, it's pulling back. Pony pulling back off of yesterday's action as well. Let's check on some of the quantum stocks. They were pretty hot. Looking pretty good still today, too. Definitely not bad. Sorry about that weird sound. QUBT. Let's see ASTS today. Holding a little bit at 24. Not terrible. Go check on Nvidia. Tesla. Not terrible. Kind of flat, just stuck. Flat and choppy. They're not really falling off, though, which is a good sign. Yet. I should clarify yet. SPY's in a huge channel right now. I'm watching this over the next couple trading days into these earnings for a move either up and out or down and below the channel. Resident Evil HD mod, Dolphin, ROM is my guilty pleasure. PS1 days. Resident Evil HD mod. Wow. Is that like you literally play it on the PS1? Uh-oh. According to people close to the White House, a deal with Japan is not quite ready. There's a new big headline hitting right now. Uh-oh. That's not good to hear. Descent said you could see some India announcements. Okay. I saw that they were talking this morning. Caroline Levitt and Descent were talking. Grass is so unbelievably mad. Why? I'm assuming it has something to do with him. You had calls and you sold them or something. Oh, you thought you had a stop loss. That might be worse. SOFI. You know, Grass, just, you do realize, right? Like, if something moves in pre-market like SoFi did on earnings, and, like, let's say you had puts or something, you're not going to get stopped out, really. Yeah, Fraz, hell yeah. Right at the same time. What else? Spotify, that was the other one. And then RCO. I hope you're all good, Grass. It happens. Port of Los Angeles expects 35% slump in shipping volume next week. Wow. In about 23 minutes, we're going to be having the JOLTS jobs data coming out. That's going to be a pretty big deal. JOLTS jobs data. I guess technically job openings, but it'll be a big report. We'll see if let's see what they did last time. Last time, the number of job openings decreased a little bit. Okay. Nothing too crazy there. They're expecting it to be just a little less than last time. This looks pretty freaky, though, this headline with the Port of Los Angeles saying that they expect a 35% plummet in shipping volume. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot. That's a big difference. Shipments from China make up about 45% of the business of the port. That's a lot. Yeah, and they're looking at the same time last year, so it's a 35% drop year over year. Oh, Grass, I gotcha. Damn, Grass. I see what you're saying now. At least it was in that way. At least it was in that way. Not the bad way where you lose a lot. Spotify is just tanking? Yeah, it is. SPOT to the downside on their earnings. Let's go check Royal Caribbean. Kind of neutral now that the market opened. Back to SoFi, though. Looking awesome here. Let's see that double top break. On the 1 minute chart, SoFi's holding up pretty well. Tesla pulled back pretty hard. I know yesterday they were pulling back intraday. So far this morning, they pulled back right under that same support around 284 to 286. Right back under there. Did you catch 1900% on HIMS? There you go. That's fantastic. I know a lot of people that are really happy with this HIMS price action today. Been buying up lots of shares as it's been dipping, and that's a great piece of news for this one. Perfect on support as well. Doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much better. PayPal had earnings today. They popped up a little bit. They've been pulling back, though. Pretty neutral. They popped, they dropped, and now they're right in the middle. Looks like mainly more bearish PA on PayPal if I had to pick. PayPal, pretty big report this week as well. Got a couple safer ones like Coke, UPS. Not safer, but slower. KO, pretty good value stock. UPS has been pretty wild the past few years. They're still falling down. I mean, that is pretty insane. I hope that UPS guy took profits when I said. I know he didn't, though. Not totally. The UPS driver, that used to deliver to my dad's business had, $1 million worth of, UPS stock. It's crazy. Apparently, they have this thing where you can, buy in, and he's been a driver there for, 30 or 40 years or something, and over the years, he would pay in, and they did a certain amount of matching and all that stuff, and I remember during this time, while it was pretty high, he had to pull some money out and send his daughter to college or something, and, I was like, man, I think you're doing it at a good time, but that was funny. I didn't even want to believe him, I was like, man, I don't know if I believe you, but he was pretty honest. She was the vice president of sales at UPS. Whoa. Hey, what's up, Sean? She got it at IPO? Nice. I know some people that work there. I don't know how that works totally, Mason, but UPS was private, and there was something where they were allowing their workers to buy private shares of the stock before it went public as well. Again, I'm not sure the specifics on that, but I know that was something going on a little bit too. She probably had it from a while. SPY 553 resistance. QP said it's a hell yeah day for me so far. SPY actually coming up pretty well now off the low of the day. It was down pretty low here in pre-market right ahead of open, and it's been coming back pretty well so far. Let's look at the Mag 7. Meta's trying to come back a little bit. Apple, Nvidia's popping back up. Holding at 108 support, Nvidia is. 108 support, pretty large level here. I'm glad to see that hold now that the market opened. It looks pretty decent back to the upside. I like the setup here. Looks like it's trying to form a higher low. Getting a little bounce going. It'd be nice to come up and test 110 again. That would be huge for Nvidia here. Might take a minute for that, but looking pretty solid. Very solid. What's up, Tangy Man? Let's go. Hell yeah, Chris. 11 likes out of 89. Watchers, take a second and smash the like. I'd appreciate it. Destroy up the like. AK, good morning. Teladoc seems to be breaking out of a downtrend, Chris said. TDOC. Let's check it on the daily. I'm not going to say that they're totally out of the downtrend yet, but it looks like they are forming a pretty good base. They're pretty close to support as well. This is a huge support on the daily chart. It's holding up decent. We're seeing lots of other stocks starting to recover off of these bases as well. Teladoc looks like a very similar setup to the rest. You snagged Nvidia shares at 100 recently. Sean says, quite happy with that decision. Not bad, 100, really good price. Very close to the low. I know that the low looks like it's 87, and it technically is, but I think 100. perfectly fine. Looking at these levels. Let's go, NVIDIA. We are starting to see sentiment change a little bit. You know, I know that there's been a lot of negative sentiment lately, but I've definitely noticed over the past week to 2 weeks, we've been starting to see a bit more bullishness creep into the stock market. I think traders are a little bit happier with Trump's tariff talk lately. Obviously, everybody was kind of shocked and mad and just taken aback by the crazy amount of tariffs, but they're starting to have some talk of, you know, potentially backing off a little bit. Every time I hear something positive, though, they come right out and then they're like, well, we're not going to do that. But then again, they said they weren't going to pause, and then Trump paused 2 days later. That was hilarious. Remember, the market exploded on like a report that they were going to pause, and then Trump came out and was like, no, that's a fake report. And then out of nowhere, 2 days later, he actually did what the fake report said. I was like, oh, I see. Now, every time I hear one of those, I'm going to be like, okay, when's it happening for real? Nice. Grass said they got some shares at 114. Not too bad. Not bad. As long as it's for the long term, I think it's not terrible. Tangy Man just got stopped out of Tessie. Cool $60. Tesla was dipping a little bit, actually just bounced off 280 support. Pretty spot on. That's a big level. Let's see Mag 7 here. Go back one more time. NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft looking pretty solid. Really holding the SPY higher. Looking at the SPY channel again, pretty large resistance still overhead, 552 to 553. Watching that area very closely. I've had resistance at 554 over the past few weeks, so I'm definitely watching that as well. This like $3 range overhead on SPY is pretty tough. I'm watching for SPY to still stick within the channel unless we get something crazy coming out. Definitely looking more for earnings to get it going. All right, scanning the headlines. Let's see. I know the White House this morning said Amazon showing tariffs on each product is a hostile and political act. That's one piece of news that we didn't cover yet today here on the live. I know Amazon's been down in the dumps a lot more than the other Mag 7 stocks, and that talk about the hostile and political act definitely hurt it a little bit. We can see it looks a lot worse today than, like, let's say Nvidia, for example. Way worse. Yeah, JOLTS coming in 8 minutes or so. Waiting for it here on the other screen. I'm sure the market's going to have a little bit of reaction to this. We'll see if it has a surprise or not. If there's a surprise, we'll probably get a larger move, of course. We'll have to see. Looks like right now the job openings, they're expecting it to fall a little bit to like 7.4 million. So if it comes in way under or above that, that's where we'll probably see a bit of weirdness. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 9 a.m. Central Time. There we go, Siri. Intel moving a bit with some news, James said. Did they have more news today? That news yesterday was pretty wild with them. Let's pull them up. Okay, in collaboration with ECUS and Intel, demonstrates world's first quantum safe, CSFC compliant MACP architecture for classified mobile communications. Okay. That might be some new interesting news for them. I can't believe, though, that they dipped on earnings last week, and they started to come back pretty well on Monday or yesterday. It'll be interesting to see if they can still hold support here. This is a huge out area for Intel. If they can't hold it up, it's going to be a tough go for this stock, but there's a lot of people trying to buy this one up off this dip. I would not be surprised to see it come back a bit more over the next few months. Of course, longer term as well, but... Ivan Siri, listen? That's funny. You start telling it to look up bad stuff. China waives tariffs on U.S. ethane imports? Wow. Ethane. That sounds good. They waived the tariffs. They probably need some ethane is why. I wonder why. SoFi's tanking, Grass said. SOFI. Pulling back. I'm not going to say it's tanking yet, but I guess if you switch to the 1 minute, it kind of looks like that. I see what you're saying. A lot of the growth stocks are just pulling back today. Let's bring up the watch list. Hims, of course, leading the way as we've always been watching today. Teladoc. Pulling back now. Everything that was running pulled back pretty hard. Affirm looks solid. I like how they're forming this little intraday base on Affirm. Holding well at 50 bucks. That'll be a big hold today if it can hold 50. Keep Affirm on the radar. Pretty close to the top of the watch list. On the daily, oh, the daily looks tough though. Man, that's a huge resistance here where they're rejecting. A lot of touches and hits off this level. I might have to take that back on Affirm. That's too big of a resistance here. It'll be tough to break that. If it gets it done, you know, maybe float the idea, but I don't think I would try to contend with that one. That's why we go to the daily chart and we look. BAC. Lots of good scalping opportunities in HIMS. Already had a good trade, just got back in. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of good PA on it this morning. I know today it's mainly dropped from open, but I'm sure a lot of people are catching all types of moves here. Just a few more minutes for those jolts. Go check Tesla real fast. 285 bouncing back to the downside. So it held 280 and now it's rejecting 285. Pretty spot on resistance. Reacted a lot there pre-market, just reacting a lot now that the market opened as well.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true.
Poor Tessie. Let's get that PA going better. Really waiting for those jolts. SPY getting flat ahead of the jolts, but it's above 550, which is solid. All right, be ready. Pfizer moving pretty well. I know they had some earnings. Looks like they're actually holding up in a pretty great way. If they break out above 23.50, that would be pretty solid here. Let's go. Pfizer 23.50, like triple topping there today. 3 bounces, 23.50. Of course, this one just touched. Could still break out, but that's definitely what I'm watching for. It'd be cool to see a breakout. Pfizer following those earnings. There we go. It's time. The alarm has signaled. JOLTS data being released. Let's see the SPY bouncing 550. Initially with a red candle, but very volatile all over the place. CB consumer confidence reported at 86. JOLTS came in at 7.192 million, under expectations by about 200,000. Okay. Decreased to 7.192 million in March from 7.480 million in February. Okay. Job offers decreased a little bit. So far, SPY hasn't been reacting too much off of this. It's hard to really say how the market's even going to react to this data. Job offers. Man, I'm going to go with like a neutral reaction as of now. Slightly more bearish than anything if I had to pick, but it's just sitting and chopping. That red wick is definitely freaky, but we get that all the time on these job data reports. Sometimes it'll hit like this and pop right back, which at the end of the day, it's not breaking under 550 yet. You know, it's holding 550 support really well. I think that's a great sign, actually, that it's holding 550 support. Let's continue to see this good bounce. Very back and forth. I think if there was like a true total market-wide reaction to this, we would be seeing a better directional move already. it wouldn't just be 1 minute candles just kind of going up and down, just sitting here. I think if we were going to get like a real good reaction to the JOLTS data, we would have seen like a more significant move. Thoughts on SoFi now? Let's see. Pulling back still. It is getting close to big support on the day. This level that it's getting close to, it almost bounced off of it within a few cents, but very close to 1370. We're starting to see it hold here a little bit. This is a big spot for SoFi. I could see it recovering up from here slightly. I'm not saying it's going to get back to the high of day or anything like that, though, by any means. I'd be pretty surprised, actually, to see it get all the way back to the high of the day. Could always happen, but I think that'd be kind of weird. I would think, for example, HIMS has a better shot. Yeah, it says layoffs and the layoff rate are still pretty darn low. Seeing some reports of that, so sounds fairly positive. Hell yeah, SPY's really holding that 550 area, looking pretty good here. I'm going to be watching the top end of this range. 552 to 553 is going to be crucial if the SPY keeps moving up like this. This zone, though, has seen a lot of rejections lately, so if you're trading the SPY up into this range, just be aware. Like, look within this box. We're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 really good rejections, maybe even more if you want to get nitpicky intraday, but let's go SPY. So far, so good. If you don't want to go with SPY, Tesla's looking pretty good back to the upside. Right back to 288 resistance. Looks pretty great, though. You know, a lot of these stocks look like they're poised to try to break out. Palantir breaking out, Bob said. PLTR. Yes, it is. 115.40. They had some good news yesterday, and they're continuing to go again. Man, I thought they were going to be opening up a lot higher than they did. I don't know if you guys saw the news. I think that they had some news with immigration stuff yesterday. Watch this. Where are we here? Where's the immigration stuff? Ah, maybe it's this. Palantir Shyam Sankar backs Trump's executive order to prioritize tech and federal contracts. The default is commercial and the time has teeth. Let's see. I could have sworn that they had gotten a contract yesterday. I'm gonna have to find that news now. Let's see. Let's see. They have a significant contract with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, to develop surveillance platform called Immigration OS. The contract's worth $30 million. I guess this was announced mainly on April 18th, but I swear I saw somebody post it in Discord like last night. But sounds like it's a little old, but somebody posted something up last night thinking that it was new or something. Huge deal with Hyundai. What's that deal, Tangy? I'm a little lost there. I looked too late. QQQ ripping here. Man, great PA out of the NASDAQ. A lot of tech recoveries happening. Google, Meta, Apple, Nvidia. Sending SPY up into the heavens right here. SPY right up to the top of the channel. And big resistance.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to
Hell yeah, Mason. You got some requests in the SM chat here. Speaking of the algo, let's see how it looks here on the support and resistance. Hell yeah. I wonder what it has on the SPY. Probably 553. I'm curious what it throws on here. I love that SPY channel. This is a big channel. Uh-oh. Rejecting down a little bit. No, not the SPY. Let's see. I wonder if we're going to get a breakout coming through here. That would be pretty critical to get through there. Let's see what you guys think on the poll here today. All right, here we go. All right, there's really only two scenarios here. All right, this is only a two scenario poll. You have either you're gonna break the high of day yesterday at 553.50 and break this channel, or reject. There's really two ways it's gonna go. You know, which way? That's what we're looking for today. I guess it could go both ways. But that would be pretty volatile and kind of weird. We're just gonna stick with the two scenarios here. The SPY breakout. Or reject. Vote it up. While you're at it, destroy that like button too. We're almost at 20 likes today. Let's go. The more the merrier. Helps us with the algo. Those algos are brutal out there. SPY has to fall. I need NVIDIA under 90. You need NVIDIA under 90. That's going to make a lot of people mad, Tangi. Don't say that. Don't say that. Didn't you say you just got NVIDIA shares or something at 90? Or no, that was Sean at 100 is what it was. That's what it was. Small profit for me today, Demir said. Nice. Hey, there we go. Small profit, never too bad. Microsoft trying to move higher. That's going to be one of the biggest reports coming up next couple days. Of course, tomorrow night is where they report. Tonight, we're going to get Visa, Starbucks, Snap, and First Solar. I think FSLR is going to be my favorite one of the night. Looking at them on the daily, if they have a good report, I would not be surprised to see them trade back up to like 160 or higher, up into the top of this range. Definitely plausible. Citigroup CEO said consumers are resilient, but are discerning in spending. So consumers are resilient, but they're discerning in spending. There we go. Demir said, I would love for SPY to fall when it reaches 553. It would be a nice setup to short. Hell yeah. It pretty much got to 553 today. I mean, it got so close that you got to almost count it. I like it, Demir. I don't think it's a bad way to go ahead of these earnings. There could always be a breakout move that ends up happening, but I think that would be a pretty tough thing to see. One sec, guys. Spiders on me. Something was like touching me. As it's been getting hot out, we've been getting a lot of bugs outside. I live in like the woods. Of course, they don't come inside, but scratch that 55350. Yeah, that high of day yesterday is pretty big. I've been calling it just 553 to 55350, 554. I've been explaining it in a bit of a weird way where there's like a range there. But I feel you, Demir. SPY 553 rejection coming into play. Tesla 289, 290 rejection. That's a pretty rough pullback there. Pulling back down now. Tesla looks rough. Why so much chop? What do you know about chop? Weird candle. Let's see. Was it the green one here? It is a bit weird. Pretty big turnaround candle anyways. Reminds me of this candle. Obviously though, the PA might not go that way. Seems like there's some resistance there. Grass said Intel coming up on the 2080 mark you talked about in your video. Yeah, I have it marked. You know, it's getting past there though. 2080. I believe that was Mike talking about that one, by the way. But hell yeah. Ever since you guys said that my catchphrase should be hell yeah, now every time I say it, I think about it. And I'm like, crap, I said it again. It gets me laughing now in my head every time. Pretty funny. Oh yeah, 2080, there we go. Rejecting a little bit. I am going to confirm, yes, it was Mike looking for that one. I was looking at CLF and Roku. CLF still under the 825 resistance. It could be playable still. Roku gapped up really well, had a great opening move, but has since consolidated. I'll tell you what, as it consolidates, I was looking at like 68.30 yesterday. If it ends up coming down to here for some good consolidation, that could be a good dip buying zone. Maybe even right here. It's forming a base as well. Not too bad if you're looking to like buy the dip. You know, I've been doing those non-copyright sounds the past couple days, and, you know, YouTube's been pretty friendly with me on them this time. It's been going pretty well. If you're just now joining, destroy that subscribe button. Hit the like. Appreciate that. Let's go. That's awesome. They're working out great. They're not getting me for these, which is good. That's pretty fire. I like it. Maybe we'll be sticking with this stuff more. They say you sound like an owl. Is that like a song or are you serious? I sound like an owl. AK said, I noticed you weren't getting copyrighted. Yep. You're supposed to say who. It's weird that you said that, because, like, I've been playing around with my daughter the past couple days with, like, an owl sound, and I'll go, like, whoo, and then she'll do the same thing back at me, and it's kind of funny. We'll go, like, back and forth, hooing at each other. And I was like, is he fucking spying on me? I'm like, it's kind of scary. Yeah, just give it time, Sean. You know what I actually did, though, Sean? I went back and I just looked at the past, like, 7 that I've done, and the past 4 in a row have not gotten anything, which is pretty crazy. But before that, all of them were getting them. Trying to switch it up a little bit. Maybe see if YouTube will be a little friendlier to us in the algo too. Tesla 290 resistance really held today. I mean, it was actually moving up in a pretty quick fashion into that resistance and just totally straight up turned around. Pretty stark turnaround there. Boeing moving down towards support 182. Wow. Have you guys heard about these new Taco Bell chicken nuggets? Speaking of that, that's the Yum stock. YUM. I'm out here looking at stocks and I'm like, you serious? There's some news with Yum because of Taco Bell chicken nuggets. I was like, what? KFC brought back chicken and waffles. Strawberry and cream pie poppers. Better not be mentioning that too much. That's funny. That stock ain't doing nothing. Slow. You know, let's look at McDonald's. You know, I'm still watching them closely for an all-time high breakout. It's consolidating a lot in this zone, and I'm really watching for it to just continue to coil right here before we get like a better move up and out. Maybe we'll get it on these May earnings. Hopefully they can report some resiliency here. I did the math in my head, and it usually costs like $200 a week to like cook at home. And like if you just go to McDonald's all week long, you'll actually save money. If you're, you know. Now if you're at home just cooking like Hamburger Helper or something, you might beat it then, but my mom was talking about those, really? The nuggets are actually good? Yum is a good stock to own? It definitely seems like a good stock to own for the long term. It seems pretty consistent. It is actually dipping right now, too. It's not like the worst time ever to buy on the dip. I've been digging this OMA YouTube lately. It's just 4 dudes doing instrumentals and all sorts of stuff. Let's see. OMA on YouTube. Let's see. OMA YouTube. Okay. Not the one with 100 subs, obviously. Okay. Interesting. All right. I'll have to check that one out. It looks like I actually clicked on this one and watched it. It says I've actually watched this one. Now that's weird. How did I watch that? That's not even possible. It is. It probably came on after the stream one day. Another 5 shares of RCAT. 10 of UUUU. Picking up some shares. Let's see. Sean says, you already been there. Yeah, I guess I did. I didn't remember that, but you probably told me about it like last week or something. Tesla down to 280 support, guys. This is a crucial level for Tesla. It's been up and down all morning. What do we think's going to happen here? Are we going to get the breakout going? Are we going to reject? I know we have the SPY poll going on with what are we going to do? Are we going to get a 55350 breakout at some point today? Or are we just going to keep rejecting? Which one do you think? 32 votes in the poll. Breakout past 55350 is actually winning the vote, which is kind of surprising to me, considering that, you know, the top of the channel has been so consistent. But I guess people are looking for a breakout, so vote how you think, of course. Don't manipulate your vote or anything like that. $20 on Cat. Big Cat. Caterpillar out here. Mason goes, it's only 9:30. What the hell? I know. Does seem a little slow today, don't it? I guess if you think about it, the JOLTS weren't too long ago. SPY mainly being choppy probably makes it feel bad. Let's go check Tesla. I still like that support here. Tesla, maybe getting a good dip buy opportunity here. Who's looking to buy the dip on Tesla? Who's looking to short the dip? Throw it out in the chat. We can talk about it. Maybe you guys can start an argument with each other. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't mind it, though. I wouldn't mind it. All that talk of telling you have high cholesterol. You got your blood results back and you have high cholesterol. Oh, man. That sucks. I'll tell you what, I'm scared to have my blood done. I faint at that type of stuff, so I would faint. And then also at the same time, it's I feel like mine would be pretty bad too. The only thing that helps me is that I eat so little. Whereas, like, if you eat one meal, it's like me eating for the whole day. So, that's my only help with that. Tesla, breaking down. 280, breaking down here, guys. 280's giving out now. Oh, really? You do that too? Okay. Yeah, she had to lay you down. I've only had blood drawn 2 times, and each time I passed out. Not good. I'll even pass out just from thinking about it. That's the craziest thing. And you know the weirdest part is, like, I'm not like that with, like, anything else or with other people. It's only myself. It's only if it's happening to me. Damn, Mason, afraid of needles, but not afraid of women. That's funny. No more Big Macs for me. Aw, man.
No, there ain't no stopping us.
Let's see. Are Big Macs high in cholesterol? Let's see. I'm sure they are, but... yeah, they are. Alright, let's see this. Okay, let's see this. How does Big Mac cholesterol compare to, let's say, a Five Guys burger? Let's see what they say on the chat GPT. Uh-oh. The Five Guys one is a lot worse for you guys. Oh no. If you get the 2-patty one, it is anyways. Uh-oh. Mason goes, I eat a lot of steak and Big Macs. Man, me too. That's all I eat is like meat. That sucks. Now you got me scared. Let's go see Mickey D's. Move him down a little bit. What about Wendy's here? You know, I haven't looked at Wendy's stock in a while. I've looked at McDonald's and Yum and a few others, but let's look at Kraft. Curious how they're doing. Still in their downwards channel. Let's go back to the SPY intraday. Bouncing a little bit around 550. Let's see if Tesla's under 280. It's holding a little bit. Tesla broke 280 just a little bit, and now it's popped right back up. Sean goes, you need weed and to get the munchies. You'll have no problem gaining weight. Demir says he's been eating a lot of potatoes. Chase goes, where I so rarely drink alcohol, I have great health. I felt like I was a little sarcastic, Chase. Tangy said, I just ate like 6 pieces of bacon. You guys are going to be getting people hungry in here. Bacon. All right, QQQ moving back up. 473.50. 474 coming into play. Big resistance. It looks like to me like it might try to run. QQQ looks like it wants to try to go for a run. Even the SPY looks like it wants to break this resistance in my eyes. I'm still going with rejection because I trust the channel, but just based off of the look and the feel of the day, I love the way that it's holding and continuing to hold its ground and make these pushes. But like I said, I'm trusting the top of this till we get the break. But it looks like it's trying. That's funny. I actually have leftover bacon in the fridge right now, which is funny. I've been eating it since like Sunday. My fiance fries me up some bacon every weekend. So I usually save some for a few days after. So I'll probably be eating some bacon today too. I just had some 9-pound hammer OG. My God, that sounds like Thor's hammer. Is that like the name of the Tilray there? Chase said my biggest fear is to get Lyme disease. Tesla really holding that bottom support. Man, the dip buyers they must be loving this one today. Tesla roaring right back. That was a crucial level here. Let's go check SoFi. SoFi's on a good support, you know, holding the support well. If you're a dip buyer out there, it's not terrible. Affirm was on the radar for a dip buy earlier as well. They're starting to come back. Looks pretty solid. Love the PA here. Good hold around 50 bucks. I know it didn't quite touch 50, but got pretty close. What is TICS? What are you talking about? TICS. Do you guys mean TICKS? Oh my god, that's what you guys meant. Oh my god. Oh man, Tom, what are you doing? I was like, ticks. Mason goes, I golf and I'm scared of ticks, and I'm like, ticks? I'm like, what kind of ticks are you talking about? Like ticks that make you hit the ball bad, or like? I was like thinking of like all these different ticks in like your mind or something. I was like, what? I always like to play this whenever we have a dumb moment here on the streams, and we're gonna do it again today. YouTube's gonna kick our ass for this one, but it's getting played.
Of you, where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on you.
What was on me? What are you talking about? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on you.
We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke?
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on you. It was on you.
I've never had. Raymond, I've never had measles. What are you talking about? This is stupid.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
What's it called?
You. It's called you.
It's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Oh my god. Between that and the Bill O'Reilly We'll Do It Live, there's two really good ones from Fox. I see what you guys mean now. That's funny. With the Lyme disease, yeah. I've never thought about ticks at golf, though. I've never thought about that. Now I'm gonna. Thanks a lot, Mason. Now I'm gonna. I'll tell you what, I've had some stuff. I live in, like, the woods, guys, so if I just go cut the yard, I mean, I probably got, like, 4 or 5 of those things, which sucks. I gotta, like, go brush myself off, and it actually is so bad that I wear, like, long pants and long sleeves. And I immediately wash afterwards. Because I usually get pretty bad ticks. Even just mowing the lawn. I just think trees. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm gonna get some tick spray. Some putts. Some putties. What is that, Demir? Alright, Tesla pulling back a little bit again. No way you're gonna come down and test 280 again, right? Watch for it to maybe bounce here and make a little higher low action. You can order anti-tick nematodes, microscopic worms that are parasitic to ticks. I seeded this lot when we moved in and they were gone in a month. Never seen them here since. Microscopic worms that are parasitic to ticks? I'd be almost more scared of the microscopic worms, honestly. I know they probably can't hurt people or something, but seems awfully weird, Tangy. Sounds like a good idea if it works. All right, Citigroup. $68, pretty much stuck today. Let's get out of this range. Let's get some better PA. Come on, Tesla. Let's get this dip started buying up. Chase, that's funny. Hey, there you go, Sean. I always have the sunscreen. You know, sometimes gnats get really bad on golf courses. One time I played in a golf course in at a golf course in Illinois called The Rail. And apparently this golf course was like a course that they played like the LPGA at or something a few times. And when I played that course, I was like brand new to golf and there were so many gnats. And they sold this like vanilla spray at like the shop for it because they were so bad. He said there's anti-gnat nematodes too. Nematodes. That just makes me think of that SpongeBob episode where they came in and ate his house. Whoa. Mason's got his first pack of sports cards coming in. Going for Jaden Daniels, 1/1 autograph. Who the hell's Jaden Daniels? Oh, you're going for football. Gotcha. That's pretty cool. I've spent some good money on sports cards in my life. I probably have like $8 grand worth of sports cards. That's kind of dumb. Yeah, me too, Mason. I went through that same crap during COVID. I went to the store one time and bought like $3,000 worth of baseball cards. And I opened them all up and probably only got like $500 out of it or something. Big rip. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Bought this 340 box. It'll probably be my last. I heard it's a worse gamble than just going to the casino. It really is, man. It's pretty bad. It's bad. It's a pretty bad gamble. What I actually started doing now, Mason, and what I do now instead of opening the boxes myself, I buy graded cards. So, like, I own, like, for example, like some Walker Buehler autograph cards and like some Acuna autograph cards and Soto and, you know, people like that. I started doing that instead because I would be like, okay, I'm going to spend $500 for this stupid box and I'm going to want a Soto autograph. I was like, I'll just buy the Soto autograph instead, you know? Yeah, exactly. Hope they go up in value, yeah. I will say, though, I've had some bad luck with them Acuna getting hurt has hurt his card's values. Bueller's been pretty bad, so his card got hurt pretty bad too. Tesla bouncing around 280 here. Come on, Tesla, let's get some action going. Nvidia, very flat and choppy as well. The watch list, HIMS, up 17%, and I don't think it's even moving well. No, dropping. At least the firm's been recovering up, trying to hold its base. Heck yeah, Brandon. Take your 29% and run. This is a boring trading day. It's getting more boring as we go forward. There was some better action, in my opinion, at the beginning of the day on those moves about, like, I'd say like 50 minutes ago. A little better action, but got pretty slow. Tangi goes, here, I thought I was silly for thinking about buying more CNC machines. The CNCs. Pew pew. I thought that same thing in my head when I saw it. Let's check on Ford and General Motors. You know, we were looking at Ford yesterday. They've been pretty flat, but they've been holding their ground. We look on the daily. They're trying to bounce a little bit. They're dealing with all these tariff situations. Pfizer's CEO had some positivity, guys. Pfizer's moving. New high of the day, 2350 breakout. Pfizer CEO is cautiously optimistic pharma is going to be able to avoid the tariffs. At the same time, he said that he had a productive tariff conversations in the White House. That sounds good. Sean says he has some cards, Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens rookie cards. He needs to liquidate them. If they're graded high, you could probably liquidate them pretty good. Oh God, I went here and saw one for 500K. I was like, what? Looks like they could be worth quite a bit. Roger Clemens rookie card, yeah. Pretty high prices here. Oh, wow. 10 Nolan Ryan rookie cards, all the same. Holy crap. Pfizer getting some good volatility coming in, though.
With crimson sea
PFE is moving.
Forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the sun.
Oral Hershiser, hey, he's good. Afternoon chop hour about to begin with SPY. Lousy PA for the next few hours, in my opinion, Chase said. It is right at the top of this channel as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it went slow or even rejected a little bit at the top of the channel. I feel like it's trying to make a push for a break, but it's going to be tough to get that done today without some news. You never know, though, if Trump comes out with something or there's a wild headline. You never know. Strawberry, there we go. Not enough volume, everything's squishy again. Look at the QQQ intraday, it looks pretty fire. I love the way it's setting up for a possible run here, or a little break. Hopefully we don't downtrend back today, that'd be... I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking for that, though. I don't blame you. Kirby Puckett. I have heard of that guy, but not a lot. Man, SPY, high of day, just broke. New high of the day. Let's go, wow. 553. Gonna be touching here soon. Right to the top of the channel. Man, SPY. Great price action, though. What a good recovery to the upside. We're supposed to get like tornadoes and crap here today, of course. That's gonna be fun. Gotta love that. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal here. That sucks. SPY right on 553 in the top of the channel. Let's see what we get done here. Let's look at this one on a 5-minute. Yeah, there's a critical area here for Google. I like the way it's setting up for a possible dip buy opportunity here. You know, dip in the past couple trading days, could get a little breakout action maybe.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are.
Be nice to see a little break like this over the next couple trading days for sure. AK said, me and you got the same weather and storms. Oh, Poe said all of his cards got lost in a house fire. That sucks. That really sucks. I think I'm just going to pull out of my positions, AK said. You know, if you're day trading, it might not be terrible too, as we're getting to this point of being a little slower, but SPY just broke the high from yesterday. It's breaking the top of the channel a little bit. If it could break 55350, that's going to be looking pretty solid here. Man, the market just, it's been looking like it wants to go for that break today. I know it's in that channel, but it's pointing up pretty well. The QQQ even pointing up extremely well. Yeah, AK. Pretty uneventful. Going back to Tesla, it's still holding that 280 support. If the SPY keeps moving up, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking to get Tesla a little higher here off the dip. It's not really moving as good as SPY today, though. I know Microsoft and Apple were looking a lot better. Microsoft holding up extremely well today. In a little stair-step action. It's kind of going like... It's like... All right, Microsoft. If it breaks above 395, this is going to get advantageous here in the short term. Pretty good short-term PA. I mean, even Amazon is doing really great on bad news. I know, right? They're recovering back. I'm not going to say they're doing really great, but they're definitely trying to recover back a bit.
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight. We have the world.
Excuse me, guys. Go check Bank of America again. BAC. Little bounce around 39.50. Holding its ground. Let's go to the growth stocks. Check back in on some of these big boys like HIMS today. Ooh. HIMS got pretty low. I bet there's going to be a lot of people looking to buy up some of these dips. Affirm is still looking pretty solid. Holding its support really well on the dip. Not bad. But all right, guys. I hope you guys have a great one. I think we're going to call the stream there today. A lot of uneventful price action here in the market. Going to go grab some breakfast. Shout out to Jimmy Dean. Gonna get that cholesterol going this morning, Mason. You know how it goes. Hope you guys have a great one. Walk away in the profits today. It'd be a good accomplishment. Looking at the market overall, you know, the big earnings coming up tonight. First Solar, Snap, Starbucks, Visa. Have your eyes on those potentially. Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Qualcomm tomorrow. Gonna be a fun next couple trading days, that's for sure. Especially tomorrow night and Thursday night. Gonna get some wild movement. So I think like Thursday and Friday's price action specifically are gonna be a little crazy because Thursday we'll be reacting to Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood. Friday we'll be reacting to Amazon, Apple. So got a couple good days to end the week there. Still do have some data coming out tomorrow as well. Figured I'd mention this. GDP growth rate tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens. And then 30 minutes after the market opens, we're going to be getting the PCE data, releasing at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that'll be a fairly big report there. PCE data is huge. It's the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge. Kind of shows where the money is flowing a bit better with consumers, but hell yeah, Sean. Jimmy Dean keeps me alive. All right, guys, have a great one. I'll talk to you later. See you in the Discord.